What up, chat? So, did y'all see the movie Him? No? Me too. Yeah, I just got a quick synopsis of it. I was like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah. But Charlie seen it though. Yeah, let's see what he says about it. You know what I'm saying? Jump into it.
So I just saw Him. This is a movie that a lot of people are clowning on. It's not doing too hot right now. People are taking their turns spitting at it. And now that I've seen it, I'd like to weigh in. Is everyone blowing it out of proportion, or is this film really as bad as everyone claims it is? Kinda. Like, it's not a good movie, but I don't think it's, like, unwatchably horrible. There was real potential here. The concept alone I find kind of fascinating. A football horror movie. There are so many elements you could explore there, from, like, CTE and stuff like that, and then play with the audience's perception of it. And I've seen other people mention this, but you also have, like, the built-in goat, where it symbolizes something more satanic, and maybe exploring like what it would mean to sacrifice everything to become the best at it. All things I feel like would be a fucking easy touchdown here for them to explore with this movie, and kind of expected them to, but it doesn't. It's a film that doesn't really have anything that it wants to get across to the audience at all. Most of the movie is kind of just like a bunch of scenes thrown together without really giving you any reason to care.
Yeah, you know your movie's bad if that's how they define it. Yeah, it's a bunch of scenes thrown together. That's literally every movie. No, not a bunch. It's like a good movie is a selected, how do I say this? A selected group of scenes that are very subtle, yes. Subtle selected scenes that come together to play off well and convey a message, you know, and depending how you edit them, it changes the message, you know. That's what a good movie is. If you just it just ruins,
like, even the main character and what he's going through, which is a shame because the performances across the board are really strong, especially Marlon Wayans. I actually thought he did an amazing job as the villain here. Yeah. But there's nothing like really fleshed out about it. There's nothing to care about, and there's nothing to get invested in story-wise. It's kind of a mess. And most people are saying the same thing, style over substance, and that's very true. It is a stylistically good movie. Like, it actually does show real potential. The cinematography is extremely interesting, especially when they do, like, these x-ray scenes. Then they get, like, really, like, visceral with it. It's very cool. Like, I actually thought they did a great job with some of, like, the wild scenes that they showcase. But it just doesn't go anywhere or contribute to anything.
Yeah, it has to be directed.
And then the second half, well, not the second half, the last, like, 30 minutes of the movie is dedicated to just getting rid of all of, like, the abstract and all of, like, the mystery of it and just beating home what it all is. Spoiler alert, it's, like, cult ritualistic shit. That kind of thing. And then it, all of a sudden, all at once, just becomes, like, a normal Hollywood slop buffet, where it even ends with Cameron Cade, he's the main character, going on a killing spree, taking down all the bad cult members with a sword and an axe, like chopping their head off and disemboweling them. It's very goofy, and it like completely betrays everything else the movie like seemed to want to be, like very artsy and very interesting, like aesthetically. But again, like it just feels like this film didn't even know what it wanted to do with this concept, and it is a good concept, just poorly utilized. Also, I think a lot of people are extremely misled with this film. I've seen a lot of buzz about how Jordan Peele fell off. Man, is he washed? Because the marketing for Him has Jordan Peele's name all over it. Like, if you didn't know any better and you were just going off the trailers, you would think Jordan Peele personally made this film with his own two hands and his own...
I think that's what people think he did. That's what people perceive that what happened, that he made the movie. The big issue is the directing. The directing team is just flopped.
Blood, sweat, and tears, start to finish, and no one else even worked on it. His name is plastered all over this film for their marketing.
Too much.
But he didn't direct this movie.
No.
He is a producer of it. He had, from what I understand, no hand in the actual making of this film. He was a producer. So this is not a Jordan Peele film. But because his name is, like, attached to it, they decided to go hog wild with that as, like, its main marketing hook. It's pretty shameful. It's very misleading. So a lot of people, I think, probably expected this to be a Jordan Peele movie, but it's not. At all. Anyway, though, to lay like the foundation of what the film is even
If it was, it would have been more bizarre than it already was. Okay, it would have been like you would have been there, like scratching your head the way it's so left.
really about, Cameron Cade is the next up-and-coming great, and there is a football player named Isaiah White, played by Marlon Wayans, who is the undisputed GOAT. He is the best to ever play the game. He is football, damn it. And he is on the verge of retiring, and everyone's looking to Cameron Cade to fill his shoes. He has all the makings of being the next great. But he gets attacked and gets a very severe concussion that then ruins his chances of making it to the league because he has to skip the combine. And Isaiah White decides to kind of mentor him, let him suckle from his bosom of greatness to try and, spruce him up, get him back on his feet to recover from his injury so he can be the player that he should be, that everyone expects him to be. So he takes him into like his training camp, his boot camp, which is just hell. And it's real weird and wacky. And Isaiah, he's kind of all over the place. He's on edge. He's fucking going Insano style. And he's like being tortured almost in order to like bring out his greatness. And there's people that are getting, even killed going through all of this training. And you, as the viewer, are left wondering, well, what's it all mean? What's it all for? And the answer is crickets.
Yeah.
It's fucking, like, it doesn't go anywhere. At the last 30 minutes, they basically just tell you, oh, it turns out it's a cult, and they pass blood down from one generation of GOAT to the next. And this is their passing of the torch. But Isaiah doesn't want to give it up without a fight, so now they both have the blood of the GOAT in them, and one has to kill the other, and then sign the contract with the devil, basically, in order to be the next best football player. And it all happens like that. So they build up like this slow, abstract, like adventure that never really says anything, and then at the end it just fucking vomits it all out at once. It's just kind of lame. I just think they didn't know what they wanted to do here. It felt like the writers were concussed when they were coming up with this. Like, they had all of these ideas, but they didn't know how to make them work together. And at times, it feels like they didn't even know what kind of movie they were making in the first place. Like, it wants to be really artsy and even abstract pretty often, yet it doesn't commit to that at all. Like, it completely gets rid of that by the end anyway. And even when they were in their, like, artsy-fartsy, pinky up mode, it still wasn't saying anything. It wasn't even delivering a message. It was just feeding you chaotic scenes with, like, a wacky score, like a wacky background music.
And they had a conflict with the CGI team, the editors, or whatever. But that's why you just want why. Just like this is why you have writing teams for a reason. To discuss how this flows, how this goes. What's the storyline? The introduction, the plot, conflict. What's that? Like, have you established that? Have you established it? Have you checked on it? Have you experimented? Let's start with this, then this happens. Nothing? Okay, cool.
And noise making to make it feel eerie and deep. But it doesn't actually do anything. And it feels like it wants to do everything at once. So, like, it's billed as a horror movie. It's not one. There's nothing scary about this film at all, and it doesn't try to be. But it does borrow something from the horror genre, like 2 jump scares. And then they introduce, like, these cultish fans of Isaiah White who only have maybe 2 minutes of screen time, where one of them comes in and tries to hit Cameron with a rock, but then she gets choked out and then thrown against the wall.
What?
Like, again, the idea would probably be to play off of, like, how, sports fans will sometimes worship their favorite player. And, like, there's potential there to explore in a film, but this is not the one that does it. It doesn't even, like, begin to. It just takes, like, the general idea of it and shows you, like, a brief snippet without ever, like, diving into it or giving any kind of, like, actual commentary on it or a resolution to it. It's just, it doesn't really feel like it knows what it wanted to do with this concept. Really, the worst part about my experience with him was the meal I ate going into it. I was really hungry beforehand and I had a little time to kill, so I got a tuna sandwich and mac and cheese. A diabolical combination that made an unholy concoction in
So you took a tuna sandwich, fish, tuna, and cheese.
My gut, that had me struggling with bubble guts throughout the entire film. And I will admit, a traitorous fart or two may have escaped my cheeks, but it seems like this movie's kind of
Expected.
flopping. There weren't a whole ton of people in that theater, so the
Harsh.
auditorium wasn't exactly, hitting the PU who did that or anything. It kind of just, got to dissipate without disrupting many people's, viewing of him.
Damn. Okay. Wow. I guess that was the movie Him, since it's about football or an American thing. I don't know. Yeah. Or handball. I don't know. It's just confusing because we have soccer, football. They could explore a lot of themes of how the fans are crazy, the management is hectic, the experiencing CTE, of how it affects your reality, and the concept of it was a cult. Then I don't know. There's a lot to explore there. It could have been like, how long is the movie? I don't know. If it was. Even removing the whole cult stuff. Even remove the whole cult stuff. It could have worked. The fans, the reality of being a man in that type of workspace, you know what I'm saying? The humiliation and stuff like that. You could have explored all that, but no. Eesh. Nowadays, just Hollywood, they're not even trying no more. They're trying they're not trying anything. It's there, the potential's there, but they're just like, nah. I'm like, alright, it's been Triple M King with another video. I'm not gonna watch him at this point. I'm just gonna watch other indie movies or movies that are very underrated. Try Toxic Avenger. Don't ask, just go. Peace.